everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to AlphaCraft. Oh, the sun's going down. I'll do something about that in a second. We are over here. I'm over here at this here. This is getting out of control. This is all stone. Look at this. It's all stone. Oh my gosh, we're going to have to make some kind of storage system, or we're going to have to get somebody to come over and just buy some stone from us. Maybe we can start a stone store. Yeah, we'll see who wants to buy stone. Oh my gosh. Oh man. But today, this. I dug this out like 2 episodes back or whatever, and it needed to be taken care of. It was prep and ready for something special and important. And then we haven't done anything with it. Piggy, what are you doing? You get things ready, you get people all amped up like they're going to see you do something, and you go on and move on to do something else. Story of my life, I tell you. But let's go over here. You're going to need to take it. Yeah, you hack and cough and all that kind of stuff. I hope he's okay. Maybe he's not sick or anything. Let's go ahead and run over here. We are going to take ourselves a little nap. Aha. Whew, that felt good. Oh man, that felt like a long sleep. Wait a minute. That is really weird. My pickaxe is worn out a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. Oh my gosh, and I'm hungry. Well, alright, so let's... I mean, we're hungry, might as well, right? Come on, you. Dried kelp. Looks like it's burnt kelp, actually. Oh man, yeah, the server's been a little, laggy. But let's see here. Okay, I know I've eaten rotten flesh before. Are we getting any more? Ooh, that's going to make me hungry. Awesome. Mushroom stew. Thank you. I've had golden carrots before. I got a golden carrot. Let's see, what else? Tropical fish. Come on, hunger. Make me hungry. We'll jump around a bit. Jump around. I'm really curious to know what in the world the pickaxe thing is about. That's so strange. Why am I not getting hungry? We know we're hungry. Oh, it's wearing off now. Okay, we'll bring the fish with us just in case. Wait a minute, what's this? Why is there a double chest here? Oh my gosh. What in the world? Where did all this stuff come from? 40 diamonds and 8, a whole bunch of redstone? What in the world is going on here? Okay, this is really weird. I have no idea what this is about. Take one little nap, and all of a sudden everything goes haywire. Okay, whatever. Oh, come on. Everybody gonna make noise now. Alright, so let's do this. So just jump over here, alright? So see that? See that? We've had that sitting there for a few episodes. We're going to get to work on it today. We're going to start making use of that, start giving some homes for some of our animals. But apparently the first thing I got to do is I'm going to have to go repair my pickaxe, because if we're going to be I mean, I've done most of the digging. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit more digging just to kind of finalize everything. Because you know how it is. Once we build the thing, I want to fill in the walls so that it looks like the construction area and all that stuff. And then I think that back area, I'm going to need to tie that tunnel into something else as well. So, strange things are afoot on AlphaCraft, I tell you what. I don't know what's going on here. So, there is no point in eating that, sir. I can tell you that much right now. So I'm going to run over to the Ender. I'm going to get this thing healed up and ready to go. And then I'm going to come back over here, and we're going to go ahead and get on with today's project of finally making use of this spot right here. So I've built this kind of structure before several times. I've done it over near the beginning of the series. We did it for the Texas area. I have done a build like this for Spiderweb Ninja as well. And I decided, you know what? It is time I built one for myself. I need one over here at the base. It could be running in the background, just like the food gathering machines called villagers. Not much redstone involved, but we've gotten those running over there. If I could get a bunch more automated stuff running in the background, we could have some more materials. And what we're going to do today is going to be really cool, because it's actually going to do 2 things. It's going to create a resource for us that we can use, but it's also going to create a source of fuel eventually. Just trust me on this, okay? So what I've done is I have since found out that it was Aletha. It was Aletha, not Stina Rose, that had sent me on that that Christmas adventure and had all those really cool gifts. So this box of all this really cool stuff is actually from Aletha. So thank you. I don't know if I'd said it officially or not, but officially, thank you, Aletha. That was very nice of you. So let's see here. So I'm going to build this slightly different than I think I've done it before, because as I started fooling around with stuff in a creative world, I figured out I don't have to do this the way that I thought I did. There's actually a slightly better way of doing this. So let's see here. I'm going to need some grass blocks as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you what the mechanics, how they work when I build this, so that you understand what's going on. And then off camera, I'm going to do all the extra work, because we're going to cram a bunch of stuff in here, and I have got to get this thing to fit properly. And it's a lot of tedious work, moving stuff around, wrangling animals and get them over here. So I'm going to show you how the machine works, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you the machine actually constructed, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do, if you haven't already figured it out yet, we're going to make ourselves an automatic sheep shearing farm. So what we need first is we're going to have a hopper right here. This is going to pull the material out of the machine and send it off to basically storage. So I'm going to do this. Just put this here so I can do it like that. And we'll go ahead and dig this out for now. Come here, you ended up right there. Oh, we actually need to get rid of that as well. Did that go in the hopper? Yep. And we're going to put a temporary block right here. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to set up an observer, just like that. So what that observer is doing is it's watching for things to change state in front of it. Now, I don't mean like change state, move from Texas to, say, Arizona or Oklahoma over to Ohio. Not like that. Not change state. But a state, a current condition of how something is, and changing to another condition. So for a grass block, it can change state. If you were to turn it into farmland, that would change a state. Turning it into dirt changes it into state. And of course, this is not going to function the way I want. Quickly on camera, we'll turn our back on it. Nope. Okay. But you know how grass spreads? So when this dirt turns back into grass, that's changing a state as well. So this observer is going to watch to see when the grass changes state. Now, what I've seen some people do is underneath these blocks, they will have a hopper minecart driving around, because a hopper minecart can pull items that are laying on the ground through a solid block. But I don't like hopper minecarts just driving around. It makes a bunch of racket, and it makes this thing one block taller than it needs to be. And then I have to create a system that the hopper minecarts unload themselves. So I found, excuse me, I have found a little bit of an easier way to do this by not being prepared. Let's see here. In this junk. Wait, where's my train chest? What in the world? So I've got a blue shulker. Is it over here? No. Okay, well let's see here. I'm gonna grab some sticks. I'm gonna grab some iron. It's the same way with that pickaxe, I tell you. Did I dump any in here? Powered rail will work. I just need a rail, so that'll be fine. I have got a blue shulker box somewhere around here that's full of minecarts, it's full of rails, it's got all kinds of train stuff in it. I don't even know where it went, so whatever, we'll just go with this. You just need a rail of some kind to place on the hopper, because what you're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a hopper minecart. We're going to place that right there, and then we are going to use our pickaxe to break the rail right underneath it. Of course, that gets pulled into the hopper very quickly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place a grass block right here. And let's go and place another grass block right here, because we're going to need both filled up with grass anyway. And then we're going to place a piston like that that's pointing this way. And let's see, do I have any levers? I do. Okay. I'm hoping no bad guys spawn and come down in here. I'm really afraid about going back to sleep again. So I just healed this pickaxe. We don't need another crazy thing to happen. So, what we're going to do is we're going to power the block underneath this piston. That's going to cause it to push forward and push the dirt blocks. Uh-oh, I squatted. There we go. It pushed it forward. Wait. What? Since when can you put a lever on a piston and it'll stay there? That's crazy. Because watch, I think you can do this, but see how it pops it off? I didn't know you could put it on the back and it would stay there. We'll learn something new, don't we? Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is, wait a second, let me reference my picture. I want to make sure I did this right. Okay, so this observer is going to see something happen and it's going to send power out the backside. So what we need to do is we're going to put, this is going to send power into this block, which is going to cause that drop of redstone to become powered. Watch, I'm going to turn this into farmland and watch that red dot. See how it flashed? And that flash is really all we need. So I'm going to get myself a dispenser. We just need one. Put the rest of them back. Love that double jump. And we'll go ahead and do this. Now, it would be nice if we could make that redstone back point straight up in the air. And then it could power this sitting on top of it. But the problem is, then that means that the face of the observer would be pointing down. We need it to point this way. So that's why we have this little setup like this. Now from here, I'm just going to have to turn that back into dirt. And eventually it's going to, grass is going to spread and go right there. So what we're going to do then is I'm going to place glass blocks at these 3 places. Because glass will sit on top of grass. And it will let the grass stay there. It will let the grass spread as well. But we need that solid block there for one very special reason. And then we're going to put, let's see here. I'm just going to go ahead and do this for now. Let's see. One more. There we go. So what will end up happening is with the glass blocks, we block all the sides out. So when this dispenser gets that redstone signal, it's going to use the shears to shear the sheep that's standing here. Now that piece of wool is going to hop off the sheep with a trajectory, and it's going to be a random trajectory. So it's going to want to go in any direction you can think of with a little bit of upward force, and then it'll drop back down. Oh, I should have eaten some special food over there. Uh-oh. But if you leave this open, if this is torches, if it's fences, if it's anything like that, if it's not a solid block, when that wool pops off the sheep and goes into a trajectory, sometimes it can end up on the edge. And if it ends up on the edge, we won't have that hopper minecart pull stuff through. But I'm going to show you. If I toss something down there, see how it disappeared? That hopper minecart's doing its job. It's pulling the stuff through. So what ends up happening is the sheep sits there. They eat the grass. That makes them grow wool. That also causes a block state change, which causes the shears to shear the sheep, making the wool get harvested. And then the sheep just stands there, and as soon as that grass spreads again, the sheep will eat it, and it's an infinite cycle over and over again. Now we're also going to have to put a hopper system pointing into the side. So it would be like that in the side, and then up like this. And then we're going to bring a water stream down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to shoot a whole bunch of shears up into that water stream. And then they're going to flow past these hoppers. And if a hopper's empty or it's got a space, it'll pull the shears down. That will keep this full of shears. That way our system will always have shears that can shear the sheep. Yeah. So that's the whole plan. That's the whole system and setup. What we're going to be doing. We're going to be duplicating this 16 times, one for each color, and putting them up in here. And then bringing sheep up here, and then we got to dye each of the sheep. And then once we do that, I'm going to have to fill up this bottom area of the room with a whole system of collection and make a nice little facade on the front of it just so it looks nice. But yeah, that's how the system works. That's the logic behind it. It's actually pretty simple and pretty easy to build. So now you know how to build it yourself just by watching that. So Piggy doesn't need to make a tutorial. It's hidden within the episode. Unfortunately, anybody that ever looks for how to build a sheep farm will not be able to see this episode because this episode's not called How to Build a Sheep Farm. It's It's called something else, of which I have not made a name to the episode yet. Let's see here. Can we jump off and hurt ourselves and make ourselves hungry? Nope, those stinking hearts. Those stinking hearts, tell you. Okay, so that's what I'm going to get doing. We're going to start using all this material. Hopefully this doesn't change, unless it changes for the better. I mean, apparently we do have enough redstone dust now over there that we can really start building some stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get to working on this and get the sheep and everything wrangled up and bring you back and show you what it's going to look like with everything compacted in here. And hopefully we'll have it one step closer to working. Come on, Piggy! Get hungry! Pig's work is never done, I tell you. All right, coming back from the math cooker. Not the math cooker, the mass cooker. Had to get some of this smooth stone. I'm going to need a little bit more smooth stone, so I went in and dumped some in there. I think I need to break up some of the... I want to show you this. I'm going to show you all this coal that I've been saving. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, we got plenty of coal. So I need to break a bunch of that up and put it in the mass cooker. Because for right now, I don't really have a major fuel source that's fueling it. But looky here. We've got the semblance of something going on. Yes, we do. Now, I have done the smart thing. Friendly creatures. Volumes are down, so we don't have to hear the sheep. But I have got this hopper mess going on here. Ooh, man, long day. Okay. So let me see if I can quickly explain to you what's going on. So I showed you before how to build the little sheep module, right? So I've got a row of 4 sheep modules and then another row. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And so the way this works is because I want these all to be next to each other, but the sheep modules won't let you put sheep next to each other. They need to be spaced one apart. So what I've done is I've got a module there where the hopper feeds in down. Then the next module is behind it, feeds over and down, and then it goes back and forth, back and forth. So that's what this little mess of hoppers is up here to routing to this setup right here along the front. So I've got the first hopper going down pointing backwards, pointing into a chest. And then that is pointing into these hoppers. Now the reason why I did that is if I made these hoppers point backwards into another hopper, that hopper is going to pull from the one above it. But because that hopper goes into a chest and the hopper above it points away from the chest, stuff isn't going to filter down. It actually routes like that. So what we can do is I'm going to put chests in front here. So we're going to be able to stock 2 double chests plus 2 hoppers of wool, and anything that overflows from here is going to go there and into that chest. And it's that way back here the whole way. It goes in all these chests. They feed into this hopper line, which is empty right now. But basically this hopper line is going to catch all the overflow. And it's that way on both sides. So this overflow is going to get collected and sent over to the mass cooker. So okay, we're gonna see if sleeping. Okay, everything looks the same. All right, you never know around here sleeping what's gonna happen. But basically, overflow wool that's not being stored will be sent all the way over to the mass cooker to be fuel, because you can use wool for fuel. Kind of weird to say that. So I'm going to hop up here and we can see what's going on. I've got these little modules all set up. Got all the sheep set up and ready to go. Now something weird has been happening. It took a little while to get this thing kind of up and going. At first the sheep would eat, and sometimes the shears would go off and sometimes they wouldn't. I don't know if it's a lag issue with the server or not, but I have a certain order I want all my colors to be in. There we go. We hear it just going like crazy. But these 2 sheep and these 2 sheep, their colors, see how we got 2 light grays, we got a dark gray and a black. I need them to be in a certain order because I want the colors to look like it's going to go black, gray, light gray, white. So black, gray, light gray, white is how I think I need to order that. So I'm going to have to go down there. I'll show you that in just a second. Oh, Come on, Piggy, get up there. So the other thing I'm going to do, I haven't built it yet because I need to do the lower section part real quick, and then we'll add it in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a chest where we can dump a bunch of shears into. And those are going to be brought up here via water stream and then sent into this system. It's going to go this way, turn, go this way, turn, go this way, all the way there. And then once that's done, it'll go to another water chute and it'll drop down to a collection point. Or I might route it back around over here and send it down to a collection point. And basically what will happen is we can dump a bunch of shears into a chest down there. It will spit it up here. And if we see any shears show up in the collection chest, then we know that this system is full of shears and everything's good to go. But as long as we dump stuff in there and we never see any shears return, then we know that this system still has a space and we need to add some more shears. Surely you can't be serious, Peggy. Yes, I am. And then the other thing is I need to add a little segment right back here with some stairs. But I haven't finished this section down here yet. Because eventually what I'm going to do is I am going to have the same smooth blocks all in here. Because we need to be able to look in here and see this if anything goes wrong on the backside back in here, all in this stuff. So I still got to do that. So I got to build a little decoration here. I got to build the area behind it, get all that stuff squared away, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of time we've been running. We've got some green, lime, purple, cyan, red, pink, orange, yellow. Then we've got brown, light. Oh, that's cyan. What is this then? Pink wool. What did I call it? Magenta, not cyan. And then blue. Blue, cyan, light blue. Okay, there we go. So these last four are the ones that I need to fix. So I'm going to have to dye those sheep. And then once I get those sheep dyed the correct color, then, this is kind of cantankerous how this works. We'll come back around here. So this sheep there's no redstone there. But once I get these colors organized, then I'll put redstone back and put the block of glass back, and then we'll start collecting those wools as well. So I'm going to go and get that done real quick. And you might be thinking, Piggy, oh, I'm going to go ahead and skip the end of the video. No big deal, right? No, don't skip the end of the video because there's one more surprise. There's one more special thing that we need to do down in the museum because something has finally been set up on the server. I've confirmed that it works. It works like a charm, and so we're going to go and get one more thing squared away. So you just sit tight. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this, get this building all nice looking and ready to go, and then we are going to meet over at the museum for a final little surprise. All right, we're going to head down here to the museum because we have something special we need to do. So I've been waiting for a while for these mob head things to get sorted out and player heads and all that kind of stuff so that we can go ahead and officiate a few more patrons that have joined. One patron has been there for a while and dropped off. And I think two of them have been Patreons for quite some time. And then one is a new one. Now I have one other Patreon. I can't get the person to respond to my messages. So I don't know what head we're going to use for that person. I might do the same thing I'm going to do with this other one. So the first one they requested use a llama head. So we're going to put a llama head down, boop, and pop that down. Let's see, it's going to be the second line. So it's good Charlie B. Thank you. Thank you very much, good Charlie B. The next one, I've tried getting this person's skin, and for some reason it won't work. So if you're watching, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. Eagle 1071E. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Here's the next one. This has actually been a patron for a little while. So glad to finally get this one up here. King Otaku. And then let's see. Okay, yeah, we did set it where we can put some more heads. Okay, so wait, can I put... Uh-oh. I'm going to need to get some gray wool. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Where are we about to go? So, and this is going to be Hachiro MC, which has been a Patreon for some time and dropped off. But much appreciated for the time you were a Patreon. And there's your head. Thank you so much. Cool. We got some more heads populated up here. Like I said, I've got one more. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. Let's see here. I'm just grabbing heads. Since these can't be used anymore, we're just going to use them as Steve heads for now. Uh-oh. I need a sign. Oh, that'll be interesting. So this person can have a swapping head. You never know who it's going to be. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to need to get one more spruce sign as well. So, ooh, it's nighttime. I tell you what, I am so scared to sleep now that that crazy thing happened. All the stuff's still there. Okay. Wait a minute. Where's my sound? I do have sound. Did I turn my TV down? Oh, that's weird. Oh, you know what it is? You know how sometimes Minecraft goes crazy on you and the audio doesn't want to work correctly? I had to log in and out several times to change my skin and jump from a high place to go ahead and get a player head drop. See, our scores have now been changed to something else, and Frilioth hasn't told us what it is. So deaths is no longer on the counter. So I can jump off that edge as many times as I want. It's not going to matter. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the name here for this individual. If they want a different skin, go ahead and let me know, and I will swap it out. So this is going to be Nimbot. Has also been a Patron for a little while. So awesome. We finally got a few more heads set up. That is really, really great. And thank you so much, all the patrons that patronize, is that the right word? Patronage? Your patronage for the channel. Patronizing is usually seen as a negative word. That might be the wrong word. Forgive me if that is the wrong word. I'm not trying to say that you're patronizing me. Stop patronizing me. I've always heard people say that. Let's run over here. Okay, we're gonna just, let's see what happens. I'm gonna take a little sleep here, as my son used to say when he was very young. He wouldn't say I would take a nap. He would take a sleep. But here we go. This is what we got. I went ahead and finished up the side of the wall right here, so it's starting to look like the cave. Of course, we're going to add more decoration and more detail as we go, like we've been building in layers. But we've got this little area right here, just kind of I figured a nice little colorful front to this would be nice. And then we walk inside, just transition right from the floor to the sandstone floor. We can see all the different colors. So if we look in here, like this is brown. Look at there. We got brown going. Wow, they're really starting to get some decent amount of brown built up. Let's see here. We need a light gray, right? I'm going to go ahead and grab... Yeah, look, we need a light gray. I'll go ahead and put that... Come here, you. Boy, I tell you what, the server's been really screwy the past couple of days. But that light gray wool, we'll go ahead and put that into the floor. And I'm starting to gather up and clean up all the different messes and bring carpets over here. We're going to put those in the bottom chest. But yeah... Okay, so right here, and I need to get some signs for this too. Right here, we've got two chests. Now we're gonna go and look at the behind the scenes here in just a second. But right here in this chest is where you're going to place more shears, and this is the return chest for the shears. And I'm also going to keep some iron stored in there as well. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to try not to get lost. Trust me, if this map ever becomes downloadable, you're going to have a fun time trying to navigate all the tunnels that I've built underneath here, because there is no rhyme or reason. It's basically whatever is the closest way to get to something. Stop it with the warbling. Thank you. Whatever is the closest method to getting somewhere, that's the way that we're gonna go. You know what? Let me okay. I wanted to make sure I could see my audio recorder. I needed to make absolutely sure that I'm recording audio. Yes, I am. And that something hasn't gone wrong. So we jump down here now. We're going to take this tunnel from the mass cooker. Basically to our right is the roof of the museum, which is funny. We've kind of run around the museum now. We come to this point and we're going to climb this ladder. And this is going to take us right to the chests. The chest for the shears. Surely you can be serious. I can try to be serious. So look, we can see right here. See how we did that? Isn't that cool? I can actually see right in here, the back of the chest. So let's see here. Let's do about, I don't know, 6 of those, half a dozen of the other. I was going to say, is that going to fill up everything. Okay, that did. So we'll put this back. I'm going to dump this in. We're going to go up above. But basically what I got going on here is I've got a hopper line running right through here, going into, oh no, don't do subtract, going right into this dropper. And what happens is when anything goes into this dropper, this comparator is going to pull a signal, and it's going to send it to this repeater, which is going to be on 4 ticks. That is going to send it to this sticky piston, which will push the 2 observers together and creates an observer clock. Power comes out the back of the observer clock into the dropper, and it shoots items forward into the water stream, which we'll look at in just a second. Now, the reason why I've got this on 4 ticks is because sometimes the way that things feed into this, you'll get an item and it'll immediately get spat out, and then there's nothing. So it means that would turn off. This would retract. Then something goes in there, and it turns on. And sometimes the timing gets real screwy, where something is in there just long enough to trigger a pulse, but it also gets spat out really quick. And so this piston pushes forward and retracts really fast. And when it does that, the observer is going to get stuck facing that, which means this clock will just keep running and never stop. And if you don't have a way to reset the redstone line to make the piston like go forward and grab the observer back, then standing on the other side of this thing, you'll just hear click, 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 and it'll never stop because this dumb observer will be stuck there. The only way you can get it to stop is if you toss something into the system. So I've got it on 4 ticks right here so that this makes, like once this is empty, I'm going to show you. I'll toss one in. See how it stayed on for just a second? I think 4 ticks is actually like half a second. I'm not quite certain. But yeah, it gives it just enough time for a long pulse so that this never does a short pulse and the observer gets stuck. So that's what's going on there. And then we saw the little water stream set up. We're going to see it again in just a second. But the shears are going to make their way around and then back around to this. And then right up in there, you can kind of see the edge of something blue. That's water and ice. And it's going to drop the shears down in here, which go in these hoppers and goes in there. So that's how all that works. So let's go ahead and go up here. Up here, up here. Look up. Look up. Have fun figuring out what movie that's from. But basically, the shears are going to come up here, make their way around, drop down, and then snake through here. You know what I didn't do? I wanted to dump the shears in and then quickly run up there, because I think I've got enough shears here that we can manage to get up there before they've all made their way up. And I tried filling up. See, there they go. Look at them zooming on by. They're going to come in through here. And it's okay if they pass by. They're eventually going to get caught by all the hoppers. Oh, there goes some more. Are you going to make it around? There we go. See, so apparently right there it's still not full enough. But the thing is, you get enough of them passing through here, sometimes the hoppers get overloaded, and so it's going to push shears onto the next hopper, which is fine because we're not worried about like an even distribution. We want to make sure everything is full. So what I'm going to have to do is just make a whole bunch more shears and dump them in here and just keep running them until we get the stuff coming back in this return line right here. And when I start seeing shears appearing in here, I'll probably take them out and dump them in here one more time, just because, like I said, sometimes they'll zip past the hopper before they go in. Run it a couple times and just make sure, all the shears are in as good as they can be. And then once this thing gets a little bit filled up, we'll stop and we know that we're good with shears for a while. So let's go back out here. So that's the whole system. That's the whole setup. And I think it kind of worked out that there's no sound, even though I've got the creatures turned down. We didn't have to hear all the redstone clicking and all that stuff. That can get a little bit annoying. It's just kind of weird to be playing the game with no sound. Usually I'm playing the game with no sound means I've got some music or I'm watching a video or something in the background. Just, I don't want the game sounds interfering with it. But especially when I'm recording, we got to have the game sounds going. We'll just go and crawl back up here through this here maze and we'll make our way back out to the base. Yeah. So that's today's project. We finally got ourselves some wool. We have no idea where in the world all that diamond and redstone came from. Why in the world was the pickaxe suddenly messed up? I don't get that. There's something crazy going on here. I don't know what it is. Let's see, we're going to run down here. We'll go ahead and swap these out for wool, and then that way we'll have a visual consistency. Now, I'm also looking. Did I really waste? Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to say, did I really? Yeah, I did right there. Did I really waste concrete on that spot? Maybe I thought I was going to have the gray concrete showing. But see, when we do this, when you're back here, you really can't tell unless you know what you're looking for. You just kind of look, maybe stand up here. It just kind of blends in with the floor, but it still lets you use the signs, which is awesome. So, oh man. Thank you so much, all the Patreons, for contributing to the channel so much. But if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. If you want to see more of these as I release them, you're not already subscribed and you want to be, well, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be notified whenever new videos come out, go and click that notification bell. And then hopefully things will be like, hey, tap on the shoulder. Tap, tap. Piggy put out a video. Oh, we can eat. Raw mutton. There we go. All that running around. Run in circles and we'll eventually get hungry. Oh man, I'm really liking this. Boy, I still got to carve that out. That's going to be an ugly mess till we get that fixed. But we also got one or two things that's going to go right here in this spot. And once we get that spot kind of developed with the stuff we're going to build, that'll be cool because we can finish off that side. And then when people come in, they're really going to start to get a sense of what the base is supposed to look like with this giant internal cavern. And then we're going to start building something really cool back in there. I tell you. Oh, man. Base is finally starting to come together after almost 60-something episodes, almost a whole year on AlphaCraft, which is just insane to think that we've been playing here this long with so many great people. And if you haven't already checked them out, go down in the description box below. Check out all the names. I did mention that last week, and then I forgot to update the list. So if you go look down this time, I should have an updated list with all the names, new people, and everything as well. But thank you all so much for watching. Had a lot of fun with this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. The next episode of what? Say it with me. AlphaCraft.